complain, but what's with having the oldest person come on last? I tend to get sleepy half an hour ago. So if I start to nod off, laugh real loud. I'm thinking a lot of you, or some of you, have been a caregiver for someone with Alzheimer's. And if you haven't, you will. It's an awful disease. But I was lucky, because my husband Robert did not lose his sense of humor. And he used it to make every day better than it would have been, and to stay in denial that he had anything wrong with him. And I gotta tell you, it worked. He went to take one of those cognitive tests that they give people to see if they have Alzheimer's. I've always thought that test must make people feel terrible, because even if you have Alzheimer's, you know those are answers that are kind of easy. Well, except for the one, what day of the week is it? If you don't work, I mean, that's not all that easy. And quick, what day of the month is it, right? But Robert didn't feel bad at all, because he just made up answers immediately. For example, when she asked him, well, what month is it? He immediately burst out in his baritone voice, I suppose he was a little pitchy, but he sounded good to me, singing, "June is bursting out all over." It was August. At the end, the neurologist actually kind of apologized for his score of 3. Because she couldn't give him credit for creativity on all the other ones. Robert had tuned her out by then, because he'd already had his fun. And anyway, he didn't need that 100% score on that cognitive test to prove he was capable of running the country, for God's sake. Which I don't know. It might have been fun. So I'm pretty sure I was up for a caregiver award, until Alzheimer's turned my husband into a sprinkling machine in the bathroom. And I knew I shouldn't yell at him. I mean, I'm compassionate. I tried to yell at Alzheimer's, but I couldn't find him. So I did yell at my husband. One time, I walked in the bathroom. I was right at the doorway, and I watched him put both lids down and sprang, as if he thought that the tub, the bathtub, the toilet, and the tile floor would shrivel up and crack without his golden pee. I swore, I yelled, and then finally I said, "How would you like it if you had to clean up my pee?" Clean up your pee? I would never do that. That's disgusting. I know that the Walk for Alzheimer's t-shirt should be yellow. I knew that caregivers are supposed to take care of themselves. I asked for help. Take a nice bath, relax in the evening when he goes to sleep. oh, what a great idea. I'll soak in the warm water in the tub. The bathtub that's right next to the toilet. Why didn't I think of that? Well, things moved on, and I'll never forget Robert's last word. We were married for over half a century. Those of you who don't know how long half a century is, it's really long. And we loved each other. Well, he never actually said he loved me. But when I would say, I love you, Robert, he would sometimes say vice versa. You think I'm making that up. I'm not. And Robert hadn't spoken in 24 hours, hadn't really even reacted. He was dying, and I was sad. And I was doing the best I could to clean him up. It was just a mess, and I wasn't good at it. There's no doubt about it. And all of a sudden, he turned, and he looked at me with his steel blue eyes. I married him for his steel blue eyes. And he said, "Shit!" Right on, Robert. I moved on. It's been 2 years. So it's kind of like time for me to look for male companionship. How hard could that be? I mean, it's not like I'm looking for someone to grow really, really old with. And I don't have high standards. I don't want him to be married, even if his wife is all for it to get him out of the house. He's got to be around my age, because I'm not a cougar type, and I'm not too old either. I'd really like it if he could walk unassisted. I'm not going to push for a sense of humor, because I think that's raising the standards a little high. And I want him, in fact, I insist, that he signs an agreement never to use my bathroom. Thank you very much. That was the second item on my bucket list. Thank you for helping me with it. Robert appreciates it too.
Dorothy, Gary, everybody!